Hi friends, I'm Daisy Victoria, and today I'm going to show you how to do hair taping. Now this is a bit of an extra video. I wasn't planning on uploading this week since I was going to be gone at Gulf Wars, which is an SCA camping event, so it's like medieval and Renaissance reenactment. It's super fun, but as you may be aware, there's a bit of a coronavirus issue right now, so pretty much everything is canceled, and while I am here at home, I thought I'll just use that time to make more videos and do more projects. So today, our extra video is hair taping. There's more than one way to do hair taping. What I'm going to show you is a method that I personally really like, and it works for a lot of Renaissance and medieval clothing styles. It also can work for modern clothing, and to be honest, I use a version of this underneath my wigs when I do cosplay most of the time too. So it's pretty versatile. Now, to up the ante a little bit, my hair is not super long. It's okay, like I can tape my hair up like this, and in fact you will see that in my video next week where I get ready in my eyes dress. But I'm going to show you how you can tape your hair up if it's longer. To do that, I'm going to be using hair extensions along with my hair taping ribbon. Now you might notice, yes, this hair is blonder than mine. That's because my hair used to be blonder at one time, and that's when I got these, and we're just going to go with it for the video today. We're also going to be using bobby pins, mostly because I have extra hair I'm going to pin in. If you don't have extra hair, you can actually get away with this with no bobby pins. And we're going to be using a plastic lacing needle, and I do have a link to where you can buy one online, so if you don't want to leave your house, I got you covered. Now the first step for this is to braid your hair. I recommend doing Dutch braids or French braids, though I'm gonna be perfectly honest here, I have many times in the past just done regular braids, you know, starting down here, and it's actually fine. It still works. Right now, I'm gonna do Dutch braids. I just divide my hair in half, and you can be perfect with the part if you want to. I'm not really gonna care that much because no one's gonna see it. When I do my Dutch braids, I find that I have a tendency to pull the hair from the other side into the braid I'm working on. So I just go ahead and do this. Put it in a ponytail so it's out of the way. When I do my Dutch braids, I like to start from this, it's kind of the corner when you're braiding, but it's like the very front of your part. So I start at that corner, and I find that gives me the best result for my Dutch braids. So with French braids, you would take the braid over top each time. With Dutch braids, you take the strand of the braid underneath each time. And then you just grab a little bit of hair from here and add it in every single time. This is the beginning of my Dutch braid. And if you had a French braid, it would just look kind of upside down. My hair. There's one braid. I do have a little bit of hair sticking out, and honestly, that's because I had a little damage in my hair, so this time when I got my hair cut, I chose to put layers in it to hide the damage. The downside is that your braids have stuff sticking out of them, but that's okay. It's temporary and no one's gonna see it when I'm done. Another tip I didn't mention at the beginning is that it's easiest to do this when your hair is not freshly washed. So when there's like a little bit of oils in your hair to kind of help the braids be sticky, I guess. You can do this with freshly washed hair. Don't let that be a deterrent, but if it happens to have been a day or two since you washed your hair, it's probably going to be easier. All right, let's do the other side. It looks like I got a little bit of a bump up here. Honestly, it's probably okay. I usually just try to smooth it into my braid a little bit if that happens. A quick note at this point is that Dutch or French braiding your own hair is not the most intuitive thing for a lot of people. I know it wasn't intuitive for me. The reason I can do it is because I just started doing it. So I just Dutch braided my own hair every day for a while, and I think it took about a week for it to look reasonable, and then after that I just kept practicing and I got better, and now they're quite secure and I can do them pretty quickly. So just practice and you'll get there. But if you don't want to do the Dutch braids, just start braiding here, you know, just like a regular braid, and you can still do this hairstyle with your braids done that way. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take these braids. There's two ways you can tape them up. So if you have short braids like me, you could just take them straight up like that. But what you can also do is you can take them and wrap them around the back like that. So let me show you from the back. Now if you do that, obviously short braids do not go up across the front of the head and create that nice crown of braids thing. So we're gonna add the extra hair for that. And this is where I'm gonna use my bobby pins because I wanna put things in the right place. And I'm not an octopus, so I can't hold my hair and the fake braids and everything at once. Bobby pins will be my extra octopus hands. Now, if you do have Dutch or even French braids, it's really cool because you can pin your braids to your braids. If you don't have those, you just have to pin them to your hair on your head. These braids are going to be the rest of my hair. They could probably honestly use a new re-braiding, but they're going to be fine for now. So basically they're going to come across the top like that as though they were the rest of my non-existent hair. So I'm just going to take the ends of the braids and I'm going to attach these at the back because I feel like I can kind of put them inside and under the braids very well from the back side. So now I'm just going to wrap each braid across the crown of my head like that. And I'm going to pin it in place because I don't have enough hands. And then same thing with the other braid. And they can just sort of cross each other in the front like that. If you have some loose hairs, you can kind of tuck them in. And now we're ready to start taping. If you didn't have bobby pins, the taping would actually be what holds the braids on the head in the first place. Since I've pinned my hair on, I mean, I could use a lot of bobby pins and just keep it in place. The bobby pins I put in are only enough to hold it just a little bit, so I have the opportunity to tape it. I'm going to take my plastic lacing needle, thread a bit of ribbon through it. It's actually quite a bit of ribbon. So for this method, I'm just going to basically sew these braids onto my head. I'm going to start in the back and I'm going to finish in the back for this method. Basically what I'm doing is catching the entire mass, if you will, of braid and sort of holding it together with the ribbon as though the ribbon's like wrapped around it, sort of like a wreath, I guess. It's like a head wreath made of hair. As you do this, make sure you're catching the hair that's actually attached to your head and not just these braids, because what you want to do is actually sew them onto your head so they stay in place. Now when you get to the front, you can do some cool like crossover designs if you want, or if your braids are very secure already, you can just keep going. If you wanted to cross over, you know, you could sew one back this way again. I think I'll just keep going. So it looks like my ribbon isn't long enough, which is kind of sad. But not to worry, that's okay if that happens. Just add some ribbon to it. I actually have some more green ribbon right here, so I'm gonna tie it together. I'm pretty sure this is the ribbon I used to tape my hair, but I think because I added the false hair, there's so much more volume that I ran out of ribbon much faster. Ta-da, more ribbon! So just gonna keep sewing my hair. And then once you get back around to the back, you're just gonna tie your ribbon off and either cut off the ends or tuck them into your braids. If you've sewn your braids on pretty securely, this is a very secure hairstyle. This, I am not kidding, has lasted me like the entire weekend. Granted, it gets a little messy when I sleep on it at night, but it's very, very nice to keep your hair up. I also wear this underneath all of my Renaissance hats to anchor my hair. I don't always tape it, sometimes I bobby pin it. Without the extra hair added, this is very nice for underneath wigs too. And in fact, I think it looks really cool. I know that the blonde doesn't quite match my hair, but I think it looks really nice, and I actually think I'll wear it around for the rest of the day. So there you have it, hair taping. I think this method is pretty easy to do, and that's why I like it so much. There's always a bit of a learning curve when you learn a new hairstyle, so please don't be frustrated if it takes you a few tries to get it to kind of look right, but I think if you play with it, you can get something that's really, really awesome. If you want to keep learning more about fantasy and historical costuming, make sure you subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any updates. And you can also go check out my Patreon and my social media for other goodies and shout outs and the like, and I will look forward to seeing you guys again very soon. Bye bye.